Going on vacation and been trying so hard over the past year to get your health back together. All of a sudden, vacation hits and whole system blows up and crashing, and things just don't go as planned when it comes to your overall health. Today, we're going to be talking about what can we do in order to avoid that event from happening. That way, we can maintain our health, still enjoy vacation, and just be able to be that person who we want to be.
Yes, always.
Plan ahead. It's so true.
That's the basis of everything, in my opinion, plan ahead.
Because if the lack of planning from beforehand is kind of do free willy-nilly is the pattern that got us, or can get you stuck in that trap of I'm doing well, go away from my home and eat whatever I want to eat.
Right, and everyone knows when you're traveling on the road, the health options are non-existent.
That's a challenge.
Yes, and you have to search it out, which, especially if you're not in a position to search it out at the airport, right? Or you at a hotel and you don't have access to transportation, although there's Uber now, but my point is you don't have access to get to these healthy restaurants because there's none in a 10-mile radius.
Even healthy restaurants are not so healthy these days anymore either.
It's not. We've had this challenge many times when we're on the road looking for places to eat. It becomes very, I won't say discouraging, but it just makes you have to pivot and think outside the box.
And that's the thing, if you don't begin to change, if we didn't begin to start changing the way we thought about our travel and habits and our travel and journeys,
yes,
then we probably would not have made the gains that we have made over the past 9-10 years, even longer than that, or even the people we work with make their gains. And it's part of life, and the one person who's going to be at that scene of the crime typically is always the same person, which is ourselves.
Yes. So what we like to do when we're traveling, right? Do you want to jump right into it? Or do you
I think that's the whole thing. So it's like the question is not whether or not, I got you on vacation, what do I eat, trying to find it, but it's like the fact that perhaps it's like, what is the true system that I can adopt, the belief pattern that I could adopt in order to make sure that if I'm here, I don't come crashing down here on vacation and still have a good time.
Right. And like I said, I prefaced earlier that planning is huge, right? And if you're by yourself or you're traveling with a group of people, whether that be family, friends, whoever, you always have to think one step ahead. You don't have to announce it to everyone. You just have to think one step ahead.
Oh, I like the way you did it, yeah.
In terms of what am I going to eat? Is food always going to be on your mind? Unfortunately, when you're traveling, yes, you have to always think one step ahead. And for example, when we travel, and I bring snacks in the car with us, right?
I was going to ask you that too. Just take it step by step. Leaving the house, whether by plane or by automobile or train or whatever it may be.
Right.
You said one step ahead. What's going through your head in order to, when you go that mode of transportation?
So if I'm going on a plane, I don't want to eat airport food or plane food. I would make sandwiches and bring snacks. And because I'm a mom, ever since they were little, I always carried snacks with me because inevitably someone is always hungry or wants something to eat. So it just carried over into now they're teenagers. I still do it, right? But I would always think, what snacks they like to eat, and that's travel friendly, right?
And we're not talking about Doritos and Funyuns and licorice and all that stuff.
No. I try to think what will last, what will be easy to pack, and
we're going to go on a trip here a couple of days. So what's like one road by car? What's like one road snack that you are planning on bringing?
I'm planning to bring fruit, obviously. And because when you're traveling, your body goes through these changes, I try to bring high fiber fruits. So apples, pears, things that's easy to carry, bananas. I wash them all ahead of time. Kiwis, I wash them all ahead of time. And I put them in a bag. And they don't require any cutting. They don't require berries. I love berries, but they're kind of hard to travel with, right? Mm-hmm. So you want fruits that could stand it, could be in a bag and bounce around a little. So
the only challenge is you got a juicy pear, it goes all down your arm.
Well, I try not to. I would not bring that pear, but I'll bring probably a little firmer pear, and that doesn't require cooking or it wouldn't get messy. That's when you're done with it, you could just put it in the trash. Although there is biodegradable, they'll break down in the environment, right? So I try to bring snacks like that. I bring nuts, all right, and seeds. I put in a small container or a baggie. I try to combine a couple different nuts and a couple different seeds, like pumpkin seeds, and maybe some cranberries, although lately cranberries have oils in them. I'll put maybe some chocolate chips to add a little richness.
Dairy free. So that's good. So you
Yes.
talk about fruits, some nuts, a little
Nuts and
mixture there
seeds.
because it's easy and it's
Right.
wholesome.
Correct.
Cool. So that's on the road trip. So we're on the road now. Now, what are some other things? So now we are going through almost to our destination, right? Are there any things that say you do or think about if you wanted to get a meal halfway? We're driving 10 hours.
Right.
So what are some of the things you'd look at going there? If we're done with our snacks, do we pack a meal? I mean, what's go through your head?
So what goes through my head is that I would bring maybe stuff to make sandwiches, right?
Oh, yeah.
So whether that's, I have a little bag cooler, those bag coolers you get at Whole Foods or those grocery stores, and I fill that, right? And I will have hummus in there. And I sometimes will make the sandwiches ahead of time. I prioritize that. I make that ahead of time. So we're not building sandwiches in the car or wraps. I will throw things in a wrap and I'll make tofu egg salad with lettuce and tomato, or I will do hummus with some vegetables and avocado. Make a chickpea salad with mayo. I'm not mayo, sorry, avocado base, and I will throw those in a wrap with lettuce and tomato, and then I wrap it, fold it up, and I put it in a container or wrap it in some parchment paper so it stay fresh. And then this way, if we're driving or we stop off somewhere to eat, it's already made. We reach in the bag, grab one, eat it, and go.
Yeah, so let's put it like two steps ahead. So you got snacks and you have also a meal.
Yes.
I guess the last other question would be, let's say, okay, I don't got the bill. What strategy that can be done or a system that can be done if like we're driving halfway for 5 hours, we get to 5 hours and with some kind of snacks, maybe want to just get out the car and maybe see the town. I want to go to a restaurant. What are some high level strategies that you can do in order to find the right restaurant for you?
Okay. Let's just go back a little bit real quick. I forgot to mention this other little hack that I do too is that if I'm out and we run out of snacks and we search up grocery stores in the area, and I will go to those stores that I know of and I'll buy maybe a container of guacamole or a container of hummus, and that's oil free, and I'll buy a bag of carrots and maybe some cucumbers or sticks and create nice little dips. Now, if we're going somewhere and we ran out of food, snacks, right, and we need to eat dinner now, one of the first things we do is that I look up healthy restaurants in the area. Now, healthy to me is something totally different to other people.
Well, so how do you decide for what are the things you do to see whether or not it fits your criteria?
Yes, I look at the menu first and foremost. I look at the menu and see what they offer. And if they are predominantly like a bar and grill, I know they're not going to offer a lot of options.
So a bar and grill is like a no-go.
Right.
Okay.
Usually we tend to lean more on the Japanese side of restaurants, the sushi, because you can get a bunch of vegetable rolls, you can get salads and so forth. You
A little
can leave
safer there.
Mediterranean side,
Okay.
bowl side, those type of restaurants where it's not, you can eliminate certain items and it will not be oily.
Cool. Yeah. So you look at the menus, you're looking at whether or not they have alternatives that you can get to, some sides, or
Right.
it could be just non-greasy type of foods that break the
Right.
diet. Okay.
Right. Make sure they have a good salad base because we'll order a salad for the table and we'll
Yep.
share it and so forth.
So set salad before the meal as well.
Yes.
So now we're done kind of our destination. And now it's like, oh my gosh, let's really enjoy the destination, the beach, the mountain, whatever it may be. We want to get out and about with all the people. And now restaurants really are kind of place you got to go. So you already mentioned, hey, look at the menu. But what are some things that can be done when you're actually in the restaurant? And perhaps, like so I'm thinking, you can drink a lot of water.
Right.
Takes the hunger edge off a little bit. What are
Right.
some other things that you would consider wise or system wise to implement?
Well, definitely, like I said, the salad part, right? I order a salad for table if the appetizers are not clean, I'll order a salad. I like for us to have a salad to share. We'll look at a lot of items, and if it's not really to my liking, I usually ask the staff, "Hey, can you frying this, can you steam it? Or
Yeah.
can you go light on the oil for me?
No butter.
Right? No cheese. Can you take, X, Y, and Z?" And a lot of times, 9 out of 10 times, accommodating. Now, if I'm going to a restaurant that has like item on there is covered in bacon fat or cheese or milk or whatever, I wouldn't dine at that restaurant,
Yeah.
right?
If you do go there, one thing I think you can do is also perhaps just order the side dishes. So maybe
Right.
a side of broccoli,
Right.
some rice, some beans, and just combine that to make your own meal.
Right. And that's what we do if we go out to eat, and we'll try to get something, and if it's not, we will get a few sides and we will share it, or the sides become the meal.
Yeah,
Right.
that's good. So, so you can think of at the restaurant that perhaps you can do, because we're already pre-planning, we're
Right.
pre-selecting.
Right.
We get to the restaurant because perhaps not everybody's on the same journey as you are. And
Right.
what other things you can, strategy-wise, can you do to help not go down that valley
Right.
and then break everything off?
Like I said,
The water is that water as
the
well.
water, and checking the menu ahead of time and having a game plan in your mind what you plan to order. And if
Yeah.
you're with friends, sometimes the pressure, you can feel the silent pressure, but you have to focus on your journey.
Yeah.
You're the one who's going to feel the discomfort after you eat the
Yeah.
meal if you go down and try to appease other people around you.
Yeah, that's what's too. I remember we went our 10-year anniversary 10 years ago. I was doing Krav Maga training, what have you, and went down to the Caribbean, and we were living it up. This is before we were kind of healthy, we were eating plant based and all that stuff. But I came back, and my Krav Maga instructor, he's like, "Did you put on 10 or 15 pounds?" Like, what are you talking about? I did, just from all the richness of the food, because I didn't know what I didn't know. But ultimately, yeah, that you're right about how it's that cheesecake is not the problem,
Right.
because I can walk past the cheesecake. Most people can't walk past the cheesecake,
Right.
So it's kind of that person stronger and stronger. It's like a muscle. So the more you do this, the easier it becomes in the future, which allows you to stay in that peak of health versus doing this whole, or even going crashing all the way down and trying to build your way back out of it again.
That's part of it too for me. It's, you see the cheesecake and you know your weaknesses, but you feel when you eat it. I keep that in the front of my mind. It's to myself. And even, a few of our clients have said that. It's like they didn't believe it in the beginning, and then now they see when I eat this, it makes me
Well, it
feel
does.
this way, right? And I don't like that feeling. So you've on the other side now, and it clicks for you. Oh my gosh, I can't eat that because I start to feel this way, even though it tastes really good.
Yeah.
Feeling this way is worse.
Such a good point right there, because what you just talked about was like what your body communicates to you. Everything is a relationship.
Yes.
Right? A relationship with me and you, relationship with other people, relationship with food, but also
Relationship with yourself.
yourself is a big one. And so as you're going through your journey and you're traveling, that's a big thing. I'm traveling, I'm going in social circles. The more you start to do this, and you try a little something here, you start feeling that feedback. Oh, I shouldn't have ate that. Great feedback. Now we know what not to do. And so over time, that feedback comes stronger. It becomes a part of who you are. And going to travel down the road, down to the beach, 10 hours away, airplane, whatever, it becomes just who you are. And it don't take no willpower, takes no discipline. It's just who you are. It's amazing.
So people will say, oh my gosh, the way you eat, you can't eat a lot of things. You're no longer fun. What would you say to that? When it's social vacation.
Oh, yeah. Well, talk about wife see my fun. That's what I would say, number one. But number two is, no, initially, probably, that's how it would be.
It seems like that to you, to others outside of you.
Yeah. And so that's more of a self-talk, not a limiting belief that you think it may not be fun. But at the end of the day, it's having a good time eating food, and you're eating good food, whatever you want to eat. And I'm content, I'm full, and now
I'm
we can
happy.
go to the
That's all
beach.
that matters, right?
Yeah.
It's looking out for me. My bones are strong. I feel good. I'm sleeping good. My hair is good. My skin is good.
Yeah.
My labs are good. And it's like, you say the same. No? Then
Yeah. Those are really good tips. I think another thing is when you're traveling is you don't got to go hardcore workout. You can. If you have the facilities at the hotel or whatever, maybe staying, have the bike or running pad, or you'll go for runs, fantastic. I know that when I go on vacation, it's one of those times where I get a chance to just recover. So I would meditate. I do a lot of stretching, do a lot of walking.
right. We do a lot of, the girls and I do a lot of yoga, Pilates.
Yeah, you as well. Yeah.
Yes. We do a lot of walking, a lot of bike riding.
Yep.
So I know we don't have access to weights. I give the weights a break.
Yep.
And sometimes your body needs that reset too, right?
100%.
And you need to change because the body becomes, what's the word? It becomes used to that exercise.
Yeah.
If it plateaus, then then what, right? You have to keep the muscle. Remember that term, muscle confusion?
Oh,
You
no.
have to keep the body constantly, and one of the things you do is just maybe take a break and do something else. And then when you get back home, you get back to your schedule.
Yeah. I think all in all, here's what we kind of want to plan 1-2 steps ahead is drink lots of water. When you go out to eat, or actually, but planning ahead, you want to have the snacks, prep the meals for the trips.
Right. High fiber snacks as much as you possibly can.
Yep. Keeps you a little more full.
Yes.
Get the proper nutrition.
Yep.
And when you do go out, before you go out, scope out the restaurants that see what they do have to offer, as healthy as possible. You get to the restaurant. If you can't eat what everybody else is eating, you got the side menu for options.
Right.
Drink lots of water and just move. Don't got to go crazy, but move. And that's how you'll stay on track away from home.
Right. And if you want a small piece of chocolate cake, don't gorge on the whole thing. Just have a small piece because you're on vacation, but you don't have to do it every day.
Yep.
Choose one day.
Small treat.
Right. Just choose that one day that's going to be my treat. I'm going to have a piece of chocolate cake or whatever your dessert is, whatever suits your fancy. But my point, I'm just using that as an example.
It's good. It's really, really good. Well, awesome. If you made this far, definitely appreciate it. Once you head over to Instagram at Taj Haynes HQ, let me know what you thought about this episode. I would definitely appreciate it. Otherwise, I think we're good.
Yeah. Anything else?
I should do it.
Until next time, be well.
All right. Take care.